All right, welcome in everybody. How are we doing on this fabulous Monday? I say fabulous, we're actually in the middle of a thunderstorm. Kind of fitting. When we ended stream last Monday, we actually ended early because of a thunderstorm. And now we're starting this stream. Well, I guess it's not actually thunderstorming right now, but it's been storming all morning. So it's storming its ass off there too. So I mean, obviously we have the ship that's being built during the storm. Congratulations to Alex on first, Book on second, Trail on third. Welcome in Psycho and Uwu Daddy. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. We do have a few pieces to finish up from bag 5 from last week because, like I said, we did kind of cut stream early. For those that didn't get to hear, not long after I ended stream last week, we ended up losing power for about 3 hours. A tree fell on the power line back here behind us, and the power pole right next to our neighbor's house over here snapped in half. So I had to put a new pole in and everything. So, anywho, though, how is everybody doing today? Hopefully good. Then, of course, we had the Thursday evening stream with Slugglebert and Kevin. We were doing some more farming on our Zelensk map. And then Saturday night, of course, we did Beer and Steer. We did Satisfactory. We started a new game of Satisfactory. And we played that with Tyranny. Mad Dog almost joined us. He played for like 10 minutes and then hopped over to Hell Let Loose. And Book Loving Builder joined us Saturday night as well. So lots of fun. But let's go ahead and hop back into the build here because we got to catch up a little bit. I really wanted to get through the first 6 bags, and then we ended up not getting through the 5th one. So let's hop on over there. All right, now you can do the drop game and the fishy game and all that. So I'm not 100% sure where we ended off. We're pretty close to where the instructions have us. Looks like this is actually the last step that we did. Yep, because that's right, they wanted us to do stickers and I hadn't gotten the stickers out yet because the book is still in the paper bag. Daggum. There we go. So here's the instruction booklet. But we're doing the online or the PDF version. That's why you can see it over there. That way, yeah. So, but here's our stickers. And I need my tweezers for my stickers. These come with the Lumi brick set, so you can get the wires and stuff since they do lighted sets. So that's where you get these tweezers from. All right, so we have these two, and we need number 4. So did anybody do anything fun over the weekend? See, Saturday we went to the zoo. And then we went to the outdoor mall. And I was looking for some more socks because I have that foot size that's literally in the middle of most sock companies' size range. They'll do like, oh, this sock is good for shoe sizes 6 to 12. It's roughly about an inch per, so roughly 6-inch difference in those. How is that going to fit? Surely someone wearing a size 6 is going to have a whole bunch of bunched up fabric for wearing a size 6 to 12 sock. And I hate those socks because, especially if they have the reinforced portions on the heels, they're always like up my Achilles. I hate them. So I try to find socks that are closer to my size. And we were at Under Armour, and I saw a set. It was 7 to 8.5. I was like, ooh, perfect. So, now granted, I don't wear 8.5, but I was under the impression that, hey, they do smaller increments. So then I found they're 13 to 16. I'm like, that's still a little much, but I mean, you got a size and a half, and then 3 sizes. And then they had the 8.5 to 13. I was like, really? That's basically 6 shoe sizes. It's 5 shoe sizes, but still. And of course, I'm 9.5 to 10, depending upon which shoe I'm wearing. So I'm basically right in the middle. Again, I'm like, this is BS. I don't want a freaking sock that goes halfway up my Achilles tendon with the reinforced heel. But I went over to Nike and I found a pair over at Nike that were, I think they stopped at 9.5 or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was now, not off the top of my head, but I found a pair at Nike that I was comfortable with. Oh no, I don't remember anyway. So I got those. And then Sunday, of course, was lazy PJ day. Oh man. I thought I actually burned my finger, but there's no, unless I did some really good first aid, there is no scarring or anything on my finger. I mean, it's still tender in one spot, almost like I cut it, which maybe that's what I did, is I cut it / burned it. But anyway, so I was smoking ribs yesterday, and I had 2 racks of ribs that I was doing, and I was in the last portion. I was actually taking the ribs off to, hey, Dusa, welcome in. Thank you for the bed check, making sure everybody's here. But I was taking the ribs off so I could unwrap them, put them back on for the last hour. And I got the first rack out, unwrapped them, put them back on the smoker. I grabbed the second rack out, unwrapped those, and I don't remember exactly how the sequence of events happened, but I reached back. I think I was reaching for the tray, or I was reaching to put something. Anyway. Oh, I think I was actually removing the foil from the second wrap. Like I was finishing unwrapping. So you had, because I did foil on the bottom and then I did butcher paper over the top. So I had the butcher paper open and I was pulling back the foil, and I either hit the grill or I hit something. Anyway, it burned the ever-loving crap out of my finger. And I pulled my hand back, and when I did, my finger grabbed the tray and flipped the tray off the smoker, and the ribs landed face down onto the ground. I was like, well, that sucks. Fortunately, it was just 1 rack of ribs, so we still had the other rack. But it was very unfortunate. So how are you doing, Deuce? Nope. It goes there, and this goes here. Hopefully you had a good weekend. Sipping your latte. We're doing good here. Just telling tales of our weekends. And how good or bad they went. I already drank my cup of coffee. Usually I still have a cup of coffee here on my desk when I'm streaming. But I actually finished it earlier. So now all I have is my water. So you're sleepy all weekend. Started playing Kingdom Hearts though. Steel likes Kingdom Hearts. I don't think. No, I wasn't sleepy over the weekend. I mean, I was a little bit last night, but all in all, for the whole weekend, no, I wasn't sleepy. I have been having issues lately finding video games and stuff that I am wanting to play. So what I've been doing is I've been finding challenges and stuff so that I could get back into some video games. Just very much meh. I feel that. Every once in a while we have a little meh day. Or in some cases, a meh weekend. The important part is to hopefully not let it last too long. That's why we have all of our friends in this little box. It's called a computer. All right, so we got these. Those can go over there because we're not using them right now. Drink my first beer. I mean, we're starting to get into the rough part of the year for me. We just had the anniversary of my one of my airmen's passing earlier this month, and then here in a couple months will be the anniversary of my grandfather's passing, and then a couple months after that is my dad's passing, and so I got to keep the spirits up. Went to a local game shop on Saturday morning, but didn't find anything. I've been searching for a CRT TV. They had some, but were too big. Like, what size TV are you looking for? I think most of the CRT TVs that I know about are like 32 inches. Are those too big, or are you talking about like bigger TVs? You want an 18 to 21 inch. So you want a little small CRT. I had a little small, I want to say it was a Panasonic, like 18-inch TV back in 98 when I was living with my parents and playing my video games on that. I haven't seen an 18 to 21 inch in a long time. I'd say either find a 19 to 13 inch. Oh, you either find a 13 to 19, which is too small, or 9 to 13, or a 30 plus. Well, if you don't mind my asking, what's the why the specific size? Is it for like a entertainment center that only accepts that size, or? And thank you for the good vibes. They are definitely much appreciated. They want 200. Ooh, just don't want to deal with a big bulky TV that way. That's true. Yeah, the I do remember my 32 inch. I mean, granted, it was nice. It had handles on the back. Yeah. Anyway, so you pick it up with the screen on your belly, and you hold on to the handles on the back side of it, and you sit there and waddle around. And of course, the screen is 32-inch, but trying to get it through a doorway, most of your doorways are 36 inches. So it was like barely scraping through. If it's too small, you have to sit pretty close to it. Of course, you want it for the PS2. Oh, okay. So, are you just wanting a CRT for nostalgic purposes? Because I have my PlayStation 2 hooked up to a flat screen. Maybe that's why the graphics look so horrible, because it's a higher resolution TV than what my PlayStation 2 can put out. But we played a regular Nintendo on a big flat screen. But it looks like crap. Okay, yeah, that's fair. What what games do you like playing on your PS2? Let's see. I got Gran Turismo. Now, granted, the TV that we have in the living room, I think, is a 35. Um, but I've played like NCAA football, Gran Turismo. The most recent was my son and I played Ace Combat 04. I feel kind of bad because, I mean, he was talking mad smack about how he was going to destroy me. And just absolutely demolished him. But in fairness, I had beaten the game long before he was even born. Oh, Tales of the Abyss. Oh, okay. And a lot of Shin Megami Tensei. I just butchered all that, but those types of games. Okay. I just butchered the living crap out of that. But uh he wanted to battle me one on one. I was like, you don't want to do that. He's like, oh, it won't be bad. I'll promise to go easy on you. I'm like, okay. And I think he might have got me once with the machine gun. And not like he downed me, he just hit me with the machine gun. But I just obliterated him. Digital Devil Saga person. Okay. Cool beans. But that seems to happen a lot though with my son. My son, he likes to talk a big game. He's a huge trash talker. Loves trash talking. Played a lot of NHL when you were younger, which surprises people. Like was it EA Sports NHL 2004 or whatever, 2003, those types of games. Um I think I still have NHL 2004. I played as the Dallas Stars with who was their goalie back then? Mark Turco. Dude would stop anything. My buddies and I would spend hours in the barracks playing uh, NHL. I probably suck at that game now, especially the new games. Why is my fishy game no worky worky? Let's relaunch it. So, being that you played the NHL games, did you also were you an NHL fan? And if so, what's your favorite team? Didn't follow it too closely, but you love going to games. Oh, okay. Back when you would go to a fight and a hockey game would break out. Those are the good days. Go to the Knoxville Ice Bear games sometimes. I'm trying to think if we actually have a hockey team here. I don't know if we do. Let me see. Oh, we do. Um, it's called the Arkansas Riverblades. Oh no, never mind. They were. Uh, I remember them. When did they fold? 2008 was the last time we actually had a hockey team. Oh no, 2003. So they were active from 1999 to 2003, and then Altel Arena ended their lease. And in 2008, they attempted to come back, but then the shareholder of the team filed bankruptcy. So you'd go to a Predators game if you got the chance. I mean, I wouldn't blame you. I would like to go to a Stars game just once, but really though, well, I've been to my NFL teams, I've been to one of their games. They lost, but um, it was a good game. It wasn't like they got blown out or anything. Um, but I'm more of a football fan than a hockey fan. But I wouldn't mind going to a Dallas Stars game. Um, I don't know why I have such a love for Dallas teams because I like the Dallas Cowboys. You know, I like the Dallas Stars. I like the Dallas Mavs. So, your sister's a big football fan. Is she a Titans fan? Yay, fishy game work now. I even brought up the fishy game before I started stream and made sure it was working. And then it's like, nope. So it's funny. The Tennessee Titans at one point in time were called the Tennessee Oilers. Now I'm sure you probably know this since you're from that area. But not everybody does. But the reason they were the Tennessee Oilers is because they used to be the Houston Oilers, and they moved to Nashville or Knoxville. They moved to Tennessee. I don't remember where. But now we have the Houston Texans. She followed Manning, but I don't know who her favorite NFL team is now. She's definitely a big UT fan for college football. Well, I guess we'll forgive her. I'm still mad about that 98 game. But it's all right. You know, the ground can't cause a fumble, but if you're the number one team in the nation, it can. If you're the number one team in the nation trying to go for a BCS championship and you're down by 4 points to a team that already has a loss on their record, a ground most certainly can cause a fumble. But that was also back before they had instant replay and stuff like that. Deuce is just a baby. I mean, it was a whole ordeal. I mean, had Brandon Burlsworth not stepped on Clint Sterner's foot, he probably wouldn't have stumbled. Then he wouldn't have, put the ball down the ground, you know, so on and so forth. There's a whole lot of stuff that, you know, um, that went into that. And Brandon Burlsworth, you know, he blamed himself a lot for that loss. There we go. But it is what it is. We're building 2 of these. You did graduate from UT, so I guess you're a fan by default. I mean, you don't have to be a fan. I mean, I didn't even graduate from Arkansas. But Arkansas was the flagship university for my home state, so I went to Central Arkansas for college. I was actually studying to become a physical therapist because during my high school, if I said otherwise, my sister would kill me. Hey, your sis probably wouldn't kill you unless you told her that you were a Bama fan. I mean, she would probably, yeah. Don't tell her you're a Bama fan. She's a physical therapist. Cool. You might be all right if you said that you were a Vanderbilt fan because Vanderbilt's never that good. But that's beside the point. Anyway, when I was in high school, my grandmother was in a inpatient rehabilitation hospital after she suffered a series of strokes. And the hospital was actually right down the street from my parents' house where I grew up. And since it was only a mile down the road, I went down there and I volunteered down there a lot, and I helped my grandma out and stuff like that. And I thought, you know what? This is what I want to do when I grow up. I want to be a physical therapist. So I started doing everything I could to get into that career field. And one of the best physical therapy schools in my state was at Central Arkansas. So that's where I applied to go to school. I really wanted to go to University of Arkansas because, you know, I wanted to be a Razorback. But I didn't get a scholarship, and I couldn't afford to go on my own. And they didn't have the major I was looking for, which was the big reason why I didn't go. But up until I had made up my mind that I wanted to do physical therapy, I was wanting to go to the U of A. So, but then of course I went to UCA, which is where the UCA in my name, you know, Tuca, the UCA there at the end, is University of Central Arkansas. The story behind my name is because I was the smallest guy on the football field, but I wasn't afraid to take on anybody. I got the nickname Crazy Man, and I was at the University of Central Arkansas. So Crazy Man at UCA. That's my name. And I've had this screen name since 2000 when I was at college. But I went there, and the first year I did pretty good. And I came back for my second year, so my third semester. Met a couple of friends, started losing focus of my career track. And instead of trying to major in physical therapy, I started majoring in booze and skirts. And things were starting to go downhill when 9/11 happened. And I dropped out of college and started talking to a recruiter about joining the military. I finally was able to get into the military about a year and a half later. And here I am, 20 years retiree and having a good time, I guess. I shouldn't say I guess. I know I'm having a good time. All right, so this goes here. But as I've told several people, the military was the best worst decision of my life. It was the best decision because uh, one, I met my lovely wife. We have our kids. I've got a decent pension. Um, you know, if I didn't want to, I could stop work and, money would be tight, but we would have a roof over our heads. We would have, the vehicles, we'd have clothing, food, all that jazz. We just wouldn't be doing this. We wouldn't be building Legos. Um, I'd be doing something else. Um, but we have the health insurance and stuff like that. So that was a great decision. The reason it's the worst decision is my body is completely destroyed. So makes it difficult to do most things. So we put a second one on top. But it goes forward. Okay. And this goes here. But a lot of the, well, I shouldn't say a lot. Some of the reason why my body's as broken as it is because I was dumb. And I tell people nowadays that if you have an issue, go to the doc and get it taken care of. Don't try to push through it. Don't try to be, a hero and push through it just because you need to get the mission done. Because guess what? If you're down and you can't perform the mission, then the mission doesn't get done. So yeah, I mean, I had a really great experience in the military. For the most part, I had really good leadership. There was a few oddballs, mainly the last commander I had at the 55th Strategic Comm Squadron. Just because he thought he was top dog and knew everything there was to know about IT, and he wouldn't listen to anybody. And I didn't like working for that person. But I eventually got moved to the 595th when they stood that squadron up, and I helped build that squadron. And that commander was amazing. Love that commander. I still talk to him to this day. In fact, I have two group commanders and two squadron commanders that I still talk to this day. And it's been years. One of them, he was our group commander when I was at the 55th Strategic Comm Squadron. And the other one was the group commander when I was at the 595th Strategic Comm Squadron. Love both those gentlemen. Freaking awesome, awesome men. And actually, both of them eventually went back and worked for the strategic command there after they retired from the military. Then the two squadron commanders is, of course, the one that I had right before I left that unit. Where am I at? I'm over here. Now, of course, I have this boat going the wrong way here. He was a major at the time. I think he retired as a colonel. But he was an awesome dude. He actually asked for Book to be a key spouse for the unit when we were standing up the unit because he didn't want a yes person. He wanted somebody that would set him straight. And so that, of course, is Book. She'll tell you the truth. She won't sugarcoat it. And the other squadron commander was when I was at Little Rock Air Force Base. Actually, she was my first female commander. But she was also a stellar commander. I loved her. In fact, her commander's coin is actually the commander's coin that I keep in my wallet. So that's how big of an influence she was on me. Her coin is the coin that I carry with me all the time. And I have 2 of her coins. The other one is actually over here in the bucket for coin of the day. Oh, by the way, right over here is the Maersk train. You can see right behind me. It is the train that kind of goes with this. That train came out in 06 or 09. I can't remember which now. I bought it when I was up in North Dakota in 21 or 22. I think it was 22. Because I'm pretty sure it was after I came back from my Afghanistan mission. I wasn't in Afghanistan, but we were doing the Operation Allies Welcome at Fort Dix there in New Jersey. It's a joint base, McGuire Air Force Base / Fort Dix / Naval Station Lakehurst, I think. So it had 3 names to it because all 3 bases were there. But I was on the Fort Dix side with the Army doing the Allies Welcome mission. And when I came back from that, I think is when we found that place. I think it was called Prairie Bricks. And it was a third-party Lego resale store. So you could take your Legos there and you could sell them to them. And they can then turn around and sell them to other people. And that's where I got that set from. We went there and I told them what I was looking for. And they're like, well, we don't have anything here right now, but there is a guy coming in tomorrow who says that he has some trains that he's wanting to offload. And if he has what you're looking for, we can give you a call and you can decide if you want it or not. I was like, that sounds awesome. And it was like an hour from our house. So I was like, there's no way we can come back again tomorrow. It's just a waste of gas. So I gave him my information and everything. And sure enough, the next day they called me and told me that he had the Maersk train and was wondering if I was interested in buying it. I was like, yes, I am. They're like, okay, well, first we have to do a piece count on it to make sure that all the pieces are there. So what they do is whenever you trade in a Lego set, they'll grab the instruction booklet for it and they will build it to make sure that all the pieces are there before they'll resell it. So like, give us a couple weeks to go through, make sure we have all the pieces and order any pieces that may be missing and stuff like that. And then we'll let you know when it's ready and you can come, purchase it. I was like, heck yeah. So about 2 weeks later, they gave me the call saying that they were actually missing some pieces and that they had to order them from Lego and they were waiting on the pieces to come in because they were a specific color. They were these light blue And these are very difficult to find apparently back then, because the only Lego set that ever had these was the Maersk set. So it was a specific type of blue. And so they had to try and find them. And they gave me a call about a week later saying that all the parts were there. Everything was good to go. I can come pick it up. I was like, sweet. So we went down that weekend and picked it up. And I did find it was still missing one piece. It was a it was a small little white 1x2 flat piece, like so kind of like this. It just didn't have the nub in the middle of it. It was just a flat piece. It was missing one of those. So I went back to them and they were like, yeah, just go over to the little bin over there, pick one out. No big deal. So that's what I did. Got it all built. And there it is. Now what I want to do is I want to build some more locomotives like that, because that locomotive is in my mind, a realistic locomotive. Aside from some of the steam engines I've been building, this is the only diesel locomotive that I've built that looks like a diesel locomotive. Most of the other locomotives I have are steam engines. And then I have the one passenger bullet train. And I got a couple of freight trains that are diesel locomotives, but they don't look like it. So I want to get this one, and I want to replace the blue and the gray with yellow and make Union Pacific versions of it. Because that's the railroad that my dad worked for many, well, I shouldn't say many years, about 10 years before the railroad medically retired him. I would also like to see if I can figure out how to motorize this one and drive it around the track. But it does have the rubber on the wheels there, so it would have traction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24. Cool. Got all 24. But somewhere I have the instruction booklet still. I want to say it's in my bedroom. And what I need to do is I need to grab the part list and then look for those parts, but in yellow, so I can make that train again. That'll be expensive though. Buying a Lego set by the brick gets expensive quick. Five, 6. All right, now we roll this over with our big old motor right there. Flex fuel, I think's what they said it was. I don't know how I got off on that, but that's the most I've talked in a single go in a while. I don't remember how I got off on that tangent, because I went from talking about NHL and NFL to college to military to choo choo train. It just it happens. ADHD, this mug. Well, and I also had to sit there and think about for a little bit how I got off on that tangent. Like, where did it start? It all started with a CRT TV. He's spiraling. He's spiraling. It's all good though. It beats sitting here in silence listening to the music. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the music. But I do not record the music, so when watching the VODs and stuff later, all you hear is me. So if there is dead silence, I'm sure that doesn't make it fun to rewatch my VODs. What I need to start doing, there's 3, is going back and editing VODs and pulling out funny moments and clipping those and turn them into shorts and stuff like that. So that's 6, and I need 28. So there's 7. What I need to have happen is my rich uncle to get out of the poorhouse so I can hire an editor. So when I get done with my stream, I can then turn the video over to my editor. And they can make all the other stuff all pretty and everything. But, like I said, that requires my rich uncle to get out of the poorhouse. So... in fact, I think I've only got 2 uncles left now. So one of them needs to get out of the poorhouse soon. I told my coworkers that I was going to take us all on a cruise one day when I won the lottery. Oh, that's cool. I was like, yeah, but that would require that I actually play the lottery. Can't win if you don't play. Wait, did I say that right? Can't win if you don't play. Yeah. My brain thought that I said you can't play if you don't win. That's not how that works at all. You can play even if you don't win. Somebody's got to lose. This one looks different in color. Okay, maybe not. No, that's definitely a different color. That's a lighter. All right, now to put all these on the ship. Oh, we are in ads. I missed the thing about the ad break. All right, cool beans. Let me just pause right there for a minute because I do not build during the ad break. For those of you that aren't in ads, thank you all for your support either through Twitch Turbo or through subscriptions. For those watching this video as a VOD or on YouTube, Twitch requires that we run ads. So I run 3 minutes of ads every hour because that also gets rid of the pre-rolls. That way when you come into Twitch and view my channel, you don't have to watch ads before you see me. However, if you are subscribed or if you have Twitch Turbo, you don't get ads. I'm not saying that you have to subscribe or have Twitch Turbo. It's not what I'm saying at all. But that's just one of the benefits. Now, I do not build during the ad break, so that way you're not missing anything if you're not subscribed. And we can take the 3-minute ad break to get up, get a drink, get a snack, stretch our legs, use the restroom, whatever. And then after the 3-minute ad break is up, we'll all reconvene back here and we'll continue the build. If I do not step away for the ad break, then what I'll usually do is I will sit here and gather up pieces for the next few steps. However, I still have 26 pieces to put on for this step. So, well, I guess I can go ahead and do this. I need these 5 pieces for that step. Hey, I already did that. And that'll be the end of that bag. Ooh, they want bags 8 and 9 on the next set of instructions. Cool. Oh boy. All right, so ads are starting to finish up. Let's see. Coming soon to a chat near you in a world of bricks and fish. Tuca is master builder and angler. Legendary catches and elusive Pokemon keep the chat buzzing. Dusa and Uwu bring the laughs. Beware ads loom on the horizon. Will our hero's gold stash reach epic proportions? Stay tuned for more adventures in Lego and brick building. The Tuca Chronicles. All right, so everybody should be back from ads now. So I apologize for not giving y'all the heads up that ads were starting. For those of you that missed out on the talking during the ads, it was basically just me explaining that, I do the 3 minutes per hour to get rid of pre-rolls, and I do not build during the ad break. So if you're not subscribed or have Twitch Turbo, you won't miss anything during Lego builds. Now, granted, for video games, I might not necessarily be able to pause the game for the ads. So you might miss stuff during that. But during the Lego builds, which we all know that's what you're here for, is the Lego build, you won't miss any of that. So we went ahead and put the rest of the pieces off to the side here for the next couple of steps while we were in ad break as well. But there again, I did not build. If you remember, I put these together while I was doing these, so. Up. Did all of them so good except for that last one. Screwed that all up. Come on. A love disc escaped. Nobody caught it. Sad day. Well, I buggered that all up, didn't I? Ah, there we go. Fixed it. All right, so now we need bags 8 and 9. That was only the first ad break? Dang, time flies when you're having fun. Really? I gotta make 20 of those? One. Tubby. 2. Tubby. I saw something the other day. I don't remember who the content creator was that was talking about it. But they said we need a Major Pain 2 where the little kid, he's now a hardened war veteran who comes back and is rebuilding a ROTC group and has to go and face his dad at the war games. So it's Major Pain and Major Pain Jr. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was like, I'd watch that. When my money's all gone, telephone saying, hey, hey, mama, can your daddy come home? Well, that's why we have bags 8 and 9. That's literally bag 8 right there is those 10. And we got to make 10 more, so now we got to open up bag 9. So what's everybody doing for dinner tonight? We're going to have nuggies and fries. Oh, with the ribs we had yesterday, I also did mac and cheese and some corn. I think the next time I smoke some meat, I'm going to do smoked mac and cheese along with smoked baked potatoes. So the potatoes will go on the smoker with about 3 hours left, and the mac and cheese will go on about 2 hours left.
Yeah, but that's like homemade mac and cheese.
Not the recipe I found. But instead of water for the our mac and cheese, you do have to put milk in. But
and it's for the shells and cheese.
Yep. Found it on a website called Smoke Me, where they have a whole bunch of smoked recipes. And the person's first comment was, I ain't got time to make homemade mac and cheese. So it's coming out of a box. You do have to boil the noodles for a little bit before you put them in there, but mainly because the water will probably never boil in the smoker because the temperature of the smoker is 225, which granted water boils at 212, but how long is it going to take the concoction to get up to that temperature? I mean, the meat gets up to like 205. So now the window, scratching and wrecking his brain. So that's why you gotta pre-boil the noodles for a little bit before you put them on the smoker. You want mac and cheese now? It's so delicious. I love mac and cheese. I also like grilled corn. I don't think I've done corn on the smoker. German mac and cheese, but don't tell a German that. My family has German heritage. I wouldn't call myself a German. My family has been over here for over a century, so I wouldn't say we're German. We're American. You make the egg noodles fresh and mix in some strong cheeses. Some strong cheeses. Do you like cheeses? I like cheeses. Then add grilled onion. You lost my wife. Book doesn't like onions at all. Strong. So like extra, extra, extra sharp cheese? Or are you talking about like some pungent cheeses? You can leave out the onion, I guess. Well, that's no Gouda. I will admit, I do worry when I open the paper ones that the Legos are going to go everywhere. But so far, they haven't yet. So, not these big ones. So, we're doing 5 of these. So, we need these little ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Is the traditional to use, but it can be a bit harder to find here. You know, the only time I've ever seen that name for that cheese is in a game called Supermarket Together.
Emmentail. Or as we call it, elemental cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, we call it elemental cheese in Supermarket Together.
But it's Emmentail.
It looks like Emmental. That's the only time I've ever seen that type of cheese. And it's digital. Let's get digital.
It is a real cheese.
Well, I understand it is. I mean, they probably wouldn't put it in the game otherwise. It melts very well. Cool. I wonder if that's the cheese that our friends in Nebraska used for their mac and cheese, because they were of German heritage and their cheese melted really nicely. anytime they were invited over for a cookout, they had to bring their mac and cheese. All right, there's 4 of them. You think it's a Swiss cheese? Oh, don't get me lying. I'll believe you. All right, there's all 5. You'll eat a block of Swiss, especially if it's extra sharp. I don't know if I eat a block of it. 2, 4. Nope, not you. 6, 8, and 10. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Maybe you'll make some this weekend. Okay. When, so we can combine and try it out. It's a whole process with the noodles. I imagine so. That is the wrong piece. That's the wrong way to put it on there. There we go. I'm about to knock that off the desk here. Oh, man. My neck is killing me today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The drill burr escaped. Nobody caught it. Drill burr. That wasn't a sound I wanted to hear. Come on. Two dozen roses and an old bottle of wine. There we go. We got all 5. See? Slight difference in size. It would be nice though if I could just, but it hangs over the edge. I mean, with these little pieces here, it does kind of, I mean, it don't fall off. Of course, I pulled it out of the car. Now I can't get it back in. There we go. Let's sleep at night. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those. Oh no! Woo! 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. All right. Whoop! That's not the right one. All right, so there's 1. 2. There we go. There's 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, what? There's 3, 4. Oh! Well, now we're back down to 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. All right, now then. Come on, let's find something else here. Oh, that's what we wanted. All right, now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I guess at this point, just about everybody's kids are in school. I think there's a couple that are starting after Labor Day. So I'm assuming most of us parents are excited. We have a senior this year. So we'll be turning a crazy book person loose onto the world this summer. And then in 2 more years, we'll do another crazy book person. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we got 1, 2, 3. This one goes here. And this one goes here. I like the picture they have up here. Deedly doo. Deedly doo. Don't care. Alright, so we need some more of these small ones. Need direction. And then we need these big ones. Got a text from the school saying a fire alarm was inadvertently set off. I don't really need to know that. Now, if a fire alarm was set off because the school was on fire, I want to know. Put a big old tall load at the front of the boat. Oh. Mama gave her a big old glass and sent her right back here to me. For good direction. Bag 11. So Dusa, if you're still here, how long you been playing? What is that? Overwatch? I think that's what you play on the Toxic Dusa. Started in 2018, took a break when Overwatch 2 released. Just got back into it last October. Cool. Safe to assume you enjoy it. What other games do you like to play? I slept wrong and my neck is sore today. California's full of whiskey. I might have to change the station. Usually story-driven single-player games. Okay. There it is. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Wait, I set the piece down somewhere. So what's your favorite non-Overwatch game? There it is. Persona 3? Crash Bandicoot. I love Crash. God, I haven't played Crash in years. I like the RPG. Doesn't matter to me if it's single player or multiplayer. Not a big fan of PvP though. It's like I'm not a big fan of Rust or um, stuff like that, where people can come and loot my base while I'm offline. Not a big fan of that. But I like base building and RPGs. Excited for the new one coming out in Feb. Sweet. The last Crash Bandicoot I played was Crash Bandicoot for PlayStation 2, I think. Sweet. So I signed up for a play test for a game coming out that's called Artem. Man, my nose is itching. Somebody's talking about me or thinking about me or something. Thinking about me. Because they're talking about you, then your ear itches. Oh, it's right here in my hand. They're trying to find the part. The part I'm looking for is in my hand. At least it wasn't my cell phone. I wasn't using my cell phone to find it. Oh, I made it the same as the other one. Gosh bless. But anyway, it's a um an open world zombie survival game. Um, Similar to um, Project Zomboid, but with the kind of survival building aspects of like 7 Days to Die. Um, but you can actually rebuild the city that you're living in. So you can go through and you can fix the roads. You can fix like the power plant, get the electricity back up and running around the town. So I'm really interested to check out that game. But I am about to start up a farm sim server. Oh, I was supposed to do that yesterday. Crap.
You're supposed to finish all the dinos.
So I guess I'll be doing that after this. I'll be getting rid of my Arc server and replacing it with my farm sim. Nope, wrong one. Kudos to the people. I mean, I know that they have computer programs and stuff nowadays to build these, but kudos to the people who thought about this stuff and was able to use their imagination to build things like this. Because I could not begin to think about building this piece here with the forethought of it's got to go somewhere on the ship. I don't know where it's going on the ship. It's probably going back here on the back. But to be able to get all the pieces put in and lined up properly so that it fits on there properly. Some people are smarter than me. Okay, a lot of people are smarter than. A lot of people are smarter than me. There we go. Case in point, I can't even talk. Never change a thing. Does it bring you back? Yeah. It's blue and black. Where? There's my tweezers. There we go. All the way to zero. That's their motto. Net zero carbon emissions. Not that they're putting out zero carbon emissions, but that it's a net zero. I need sticker number 8. Never change a thing. Does it bring you back? It's blue on black. All right, number 6. Goes right here. No, no. There we go. Never change a thing. Does it bring you back? Yeah. Sorry about sticking my tongue out, but I was really concentrating. When you get a smooth brain, you got to really focus. Ooh, we're going to use our little laser blaster. Because that's what belongs on a ship, a laser blaster. All right, we need that, 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 that. All right. So this will go here. Let me guess, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to put one over here doing the same thing. We'll go ahead and grab these pieces just in case to see if I'm right. Hey, look at that. It's like I knew. Far gone. That's what we use the laser blaster for. A rudder. And it does. It goes on the back of the ship here. So see what I'm talking about? I probably wouldn't have had the forethought when building this to leave space for the prop. Or see how these come down just a little bit to fit here, and they got this spot here for the green bricks. Like I said, somebody smarter than me. Ooh, that is close though. Oh, they didn't leave enough space. The prop actually hits the bottom. Not as smart as they thought. I think I broke my thumbnail. Oh, no, just peeled it up a little bit. It's a 2x6, so not that one. Wait, no, that is that one. Kevin! Hello, worky lurky. All right, brother. Well, thank you for the worky lurky. Stay safe out there. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh.
You do?
Nothing.
Something.
Nothing.
Don't make me go back and watch.
I know what you're talking about.
In this case, there is video and there is proof.
I know what you're talking about. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have ads starting soon. We do 3-minute block of ads in order to get rid of the pre-rolls. And we put all 3 minutes into one block per hour. This gives everybody a chance to get up, stretch their legs, use the restroom, get a snack, get a bite to eat, etc. And then meet back here after the 3-minute ad break. For those that are subscribed or have Twitch Turbo, you do not receive ads. That is not a ploy to get you to subscribe. That's just a benefit of having ads. Because I do not build during the ad break. So therefore, if you're not subscribed or have Twitch Turbo, you're not going to miss any of the build. In fact, a lot of times during the ad break, I take a break myself because it's good to get up, stretch around, get the blood flow and stuff like that. So do not think that in order to view my content that you have to have Twitch Turbo or subscription or pay any money to begin with. So here in a little bit when the ad starts, I am going to get up and walk about. So you do the same and we'll meet back up here in 3 minutes when the ads are done. Be right back. All right. Sorry if y'all are enjoying my clips, but it is time to get back to work. Welcome back from the ad break. Hopefully, you got a chance to get up, stretch your legs, get a drink, maybe a snack, or maybe you had to use a bio break. We'll do a bio break, whatever. Anyway, welcome back. Looks like we're going to be building more of the cargo containers. I mean, it's a cargo ship after all, so. And we've got plenty of spaces here. Needs more cargo. So the Ferdinania Island, a submerged volcanic island, has gained notoriety for periodically appearing above and then vanishing beneath the sea surface. Huh. Interesting. All right, we're building 8 of these. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess the other bag 13 has the others. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me grab bag 13. Not every day my instructions have me do 2 bags at once. And this one's done it twice. I think it was bag 8 and 9 where we did these here. Make sure I'm not leaving any pieces in the bag. All right. 5, 6, 7. And 8. And then 5, 6, 7, and 8. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That was our last ad break, though, by the way. We'll be wrapping up at 3. Unless, of course, we blow through the next couple of bags. Then we might go until we finish the build. I think there's only 17 bags. And we're on bags 12 and 13 right now. Though there are a lot of parts here, but we are only making 8 cargo containers. So all right, so there's those. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. We definitely would be finishing this today if we didn't have a storm shortened stream last week. So there's those 5. We might still finish it depending upon, like I said, how much more is left when we get to the 3 o'clock mark. All right, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 'about to say, where's the rest of them? They're in this little bag that I haven't opened yet. So bag 12 was enough to make 4, and bag 13 is enough to make the other 4. I see no sense in making 4 than doing the instructions all over again to make the other 4. Just make all 8 at once. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So we start off with that. Oh, I forgot about these over here. 1, 2. There's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Emotions in the air. Don't wanna live for nothing. To win. Right, that one's done. Be more than friends. That one. We got 2 done. There's 3. Dang it. It took to win. All right, we're halfway there. Whoa. Living on a prayer. Five-eighths of the way there. Ow. That was rude. Doing all these little parts, my hands are starting to cramp. Three-quarters. Ah, rude again. Leo pinching me. There we go. We need 8 of these, so all 8 of those. Cool. I grabbed a couple of them thinking they were all together, but no, they're not because I didn't put them all together. All right, so there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, and 16. No. All right, now then, I'm gonna make all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Mixed with bad habits. Left here wondering why. Make sure I didn't put any upside down. I didn't. All right. Let's flip the boat around so it matches the instructions. Fourth floor, uncycled, I'm in baptized, franchise, American life. Left here wondering why. There we go. Got a bunch more cargo containers on there. Bag 14. Let's see how many bags there are. 14, 15, 16, 17. Yep. 17 bags. We'll probably just go ahead and finish this up today. Oh, we're going to build the... I don't remember what they call it on the ship. Surely it's not the cockpit, but... If it was an airplane, it'd be called the cockpit, that's for sure. But the bridge, there we go. That's the name of it. It's the bridge. Need a 1x6, so this one. So I said earlier, we're having nuggies and fries for dinner. Isn't it funny how the simplest of meals are usually the ones we like the most? I love nuggies and fries. Oh, that's cool. It shows the one of the quarters. I just love how these are all called gold ingots. It's just what color gold ingot do you want? No! Lego's stuck to my arm. Oh. Oh, I didn't stretch before that. Oh. I'll pay for that later. All right, so over here we have this, and then this, but then over here we have that, and then that. Of course, I said we were going to finish this today, but now we're getting into a bunch of tiny pieces. So now this one here goes like so. Oh, nope. Nope. Goes there. This piece goes here. And that piece goes there. And this piece goes here. And that there. We built the toilet. One, two, three, and four. Thought that looked off. There we go. There we go. We can slide this over a little bit too. There we go. Where's my mouse? There it is. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right. Oh, okay. This piece goes here. And this piece goes. No. All right. And then this goes in there like so. This one goes in there like so. Now we're going to make the galley. We got that concrete in. Only way I'm leaving is dead, and that's the state of my head. Moving. Round them up, round them up. We got an egg. Look at this. It's a little egg. Over easy or sunny side up, one of the two. And a compass. I'm not sure what a compass is doing in the galley, but okay. Breaking down your door. Orientation window. All I can see is red. Double fisting from the blood beef shed. It's off center, but oh well. I won't get that one back out. Timer ball reminder for those playing the Pokemon game. Nope, that's not gonna work. uh, when it's all over, tired of living life like it's a dream. When it's all over, tired of living life here in between. Crap, which one was this one? 14? Dang it. There we There we go. Go. There. Around that pond, and off we go. Nice and slow, 'cause that's porn star dancing. That's porn star dancing. What the? That's dumb. Alright, so if you are looking at the instructions, so step 1, there on step 248, as you put one of the little 1x1s on there, then step 2 shows that there's 2 there when you put the piece next to it. Then in step 3 is when you put the second one on top of the first one, the first 1x1. So in step 2, they just added in step 3, and then in step 3, they showed you what you should have done before you did step 2. It's dumb. It's not how that works. It's not how any of this works. The lions won't we can fight until the battle ends. Come running, we will fight until the bloody end. If the elephants come, they can bow to our brethren. They do it again on 249. I also find it easier to put these together first and get them lined up before I go and put them on the bigger piece. I don't know why they don't combine step 3 and step 1 into one like they do on step 4, where you put those two pieces on there. But whatever. Hey now, don't be getting sassy with me. All right. Now then we need these two to go right there. And then we need and then we'll need this. that. Take the breath right out of me. Left a hole where my heart should be. Death of you. Alright, and then we'll need this, that, ow! Get away. That was a bunch of leftover pieces. Alright, we're making some more cargo containers with bags 15 and 16. And then I'm assuming we'll be making the stand with bag 17. And that will complete this ship build. So we will have one more ad break, because it is almost 3 o'clock. And then I'll put a poll in my Discord that'll run until Sunday for the next build that we do. All right, so we're doing 7 of these, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So right now in my backlog, we still have the logging train from Bricklink. We have the Harbor Master set. the 747 with the shuttle carrier. And we have a Lego City crane. Those will be the options in the poll. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. All right. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And then so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, there we go. So we got ads that'll be starting in about 2 minutes. Again, I do not build during the ads. If you are subscribed or have Twitch Turbo, you do not get ads. That is not a ploy to get you to subscribe or get Twitch Turbo. That's just a benefit. You won't miss any of the build because, as I said, I do not build during the ads. So don't feel that you need to rush out and sub or get Twitch Turbo. Instead, take those 3 minutes to get up, stretch your legs, get a drink, use the restroom, grab a snack. And then after the 3-minute ad is up, we'll reconvene here for the rest of the build. Oops, I didn't put that one on. There we go. Oh, and ads have started. So we'll put the build down. That's all this step here for 263. The next step after that is going to be these. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. I should have known that wasn't going to work out from my favor, but I did it anyway. All right, so there's that step. And then get all these lined up. So all I got to do is just grab one off the top and go. I don't have to worry about trying to flip it around. Go. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 2 stacks. So that's 14. Awesome. All right. In the shadowy docks of Chat City, the call to arms echoes through the alleys. Stay active. Earn Pokepay. Tuca, the master fisherman, reels in an epic loggerhead and a rare tuna, but the elusive Mantine slips away into the night. Suddenly, a legendary great white shark surfaces. Gold coins clink as ads loom on the horizon. Will the citizens stick around? Stay tuned. All right, and the ad is ending. So, welcome back, everybody. So, that was officially our last ad break, because we don't have much more to do on this build. In fact, all we have after this is the stand to display it on. As you can see, while we were away at ads, I sorted out the next couple of steps. Shouldn't take us more than about 20-ish minutes, I think. I shouldn't say that because I don't know what all the stand entails. It might be a bunch of small pieces that I gotta hunt through to build it. Shouldn't. It shouldn't. But shouldn't and do are two different things. Almost got all of our cargo containers built up. Nope. Nope. I don't know what I'm doing. La 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 la. La 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 la. So because my daughter is one of the 2 seniors on the archery team, she gets to be an ambassador. She's not a big fan of that. Means if the archery team is represented at any school functions, she's the representative for it. But being the senior, or one of the seniors, it's kind of her duty. Granted, she was already going to do Club Rush, whether she was an ambassador or not. And Club Rush is during lunch, one day during the beginning of the school year. All the clubs are out in the courtyard for students to go around and see if they find any clubs they want to join so they can sign up. How about this? We just build them all first. Go ahead and do this one. It's already half started it. I unfortunately didn't do anything my junior or senior year when I was in high school. I played football up until my sophomore year. And then my sophomore year is actually when my dad retired from the military. And much like me, he had about 3.5, 4 months of leave built up to utilize when he retired. However, instead of doing like I did and going out and looking for a job during those 3 or 4 months, he kind of took the time off and just sat around, played on his flight sim game, stuff like that, and ended up having a hard time finding a job. So I ended up dropping out of football and getting a job after school and on the weekends to help put food on the table. And even when I went to college, I was still working full time while I was in college. So what I would do is I would go to school at like 8 a.m. and then I would get done with all my classes around noon. And then I would head off to my job and I would work my job until about 9:30, 10 o'clock because I was going to be the closer since I was not able to open since I was in school. So, and then, I get home 10:30, 11 o'clock to get up at 6 to drive to school because I lived about 35 to 45 minutes away. All right, our ship is built. Now we just have to get the stand built. However, though, I also didn't wait until I retired to start looking for a job. I actually had a job lined up a month before I had my retirement ceremony. I told them I couldn't start until June when we moved back down. But I applied for my old job that I had back in February, and in March they offered me the job, and I told them that I wouldn't be able to start until June. I even told them that in the interview that I wouldn't be able to start until June, and they said that's fine. We'll hold the spot for you. So I had the job in March, and I didn't retire, or I didn't have my retirement ceremony until April. So, all right, so that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 10 by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So I was fortunate there. I didn't have to scramble around for a job after I retired. My retirement ceremony was in April. The kids got out of school the end of May. That's the reason why we weren't going to be down there until June, was because the kids didn't finish school until the end of May. And then we got down here and got in our house and everything, and then I started work. And my official retirement date is 1 August. So from the middle of June, I think it was like June 14th is when I started. So from June 14th until August 1st, I was still receiving a paycheck from the military as well, because I was still technically on active duty, even though I'd already had my retirement ceremony. So that was nice, getting a couple of nice paychecks there for a little while. Ow. I don't like Technic. All right. And then this one goes like so. And this one goes like so. Monster. Yeah, here we go again. Yeah, my dad's first job after he got out of the military, he was a night stalker at Kroger. Which, of course, working a minimum wage job ain't going to pay for crap. Not when you have a family of 5. But he did eventually get a job on the police department. and he'd worked the police department until he got on with the railroad. And then he worked on the railroad for 10 years before they medically retired him. At which point, then the VA gave him full disability. So he was getting his Social Security and his VA and his railroad retirement. And technically, he was getting a military retirement, but the railroad was taking his military retirement out of his railroad retirement. So really, he was just getting his railroad retirement. I think he was supposed to be getting like 1,100 in military retirement. So what they would do is they just shorted his Union Pacific Railroad retirement by 1,100, and said that the other 1,100 was from the military. My dad's like, "Well, you're still shorting me 1,100 because I'm not getting my full Union Pacific retirement because you took out the 1,100 for the military." He argued that for years. They're like, "Well, it's called double dipping. You can't double dip." And my dad's like, "I'm not double dipping. I'm getting a 10-year retirement and a 20-year retirement, but you're taking my 20-year retirement out of my 10-year retirement. And that's not right." We tried for years, but we couldn't get him to fix it. Not that. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Nice night for a black wedding. Need 2 of these and 2 of these. That's another thing. So I'm assuming that on the bottom of this ship here, where we have those 2 holes, is where the stands are going to go to hold the ship up. But I couldn't build this or build that, either one, with the pre-positioned holes in. There it is. One, two, three, four. So this is where this is the sign here. I gotta put the sticker on it, but this is where it's gonna go. I've built a few of these stands. I know what these hinges are for. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Put that one spot too far back. There we go. Four of these. Go. So I think this is too far apart, but maybe. No, I guess not. Okay. See, that's why I wouldn't be able to do this, because I thought those were too far apart. I'm going to build 2 of these. This is going down. Come on. Mm. I'm going to build 2 of these. Come on. There we go. Oh, that's cool. I was wondering. I thought originally it was just going to sit on those square poles because the bottom of the ship is square. But no. Looks like it's going to sit on these little pedestals here. What's up, Carrot? Welcome in. Thank you for the bed check, making sure everybody's here. We are just wrapping up. Putting the final sticker on. How was the rest of your stream? No. I didn't want to use my finger, but I couldn't get a grip with the tweezers to get it back off of the thing. And then I turned around and did it upside down. I put the sticker on upside down. All right. In that case, we will just flip all this around. Mine will be unique. I definitely ain't getting that sticker off now. Yeah, that's going to stay there. I'll flip this around. There we go. I don't care. I actually like it better that way anyway. That's why I did it that way. I thought that was the way it's supposed to be. Because it looks better. See? I like this being down at the bottom. Instead of having the open end on the bottom, I like this down here. So, it's got a little air bubble in the sticker. I'm a little upset about that, but oh well. Anywho, let's get this on here. They want me to flip it around and put it on there, but no, I'm just going to stick it on there just like this. Ta-da! See if I can rotate it without breaking it. There we go. She is complete. Woo. Hey, and I said 20 to 30 minutes, and it's 3:30. But don't forget, here's the Maersk Choo Choo. I said that was going to be on display while I was building this, so I kept my promise. It was there the entire time. Well, not the entire time. I think I forgot the first hour, but I did get it in there. So, but thank you again for the bed check there, Carrot. Thank you, Dusa, for the chit chats. Same with you, Uwu Daddy. Let's see who we're going to raid out to. Oh, I haven't raided Mac in a while. Let's raid Mac. I was going to raid Teal, but I see Mac is on. Oh, that's right. He's doing the... I think he's off or something today because he's doing a what you call it, an adult beverage. So let's see here. Let's shout out Mac Builds. So if you get left behind, this is where we're going. Here's our raid message for Mac Builds. Make sure you copy the raid message when it comes up. All right. And we got the raid set up, ready to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for coming in and hanging out. I think that y'all provided me with the most constant viewers that I've had in a while. So I really appreciate that. We did get our Maersk boat finished. As promised, I will put in the chat in my Discord under announcements the poll for our next build. Either the shuttle aircraft carrier or the shuttle carrier aircraft, my bad. The Lego City crane, the Bricklink log truck or log train, or the Bricklink Harbor Master set. And then we can start working on that next. Don't forget, Book will be around tomorrow doing her crafty bits. And I think she's also doing Thursday. And then Saturday, I'll be back for some more beer and steer. I don't know what Thursday's schedule is going to bring about with Sluggle and Kevin, but we'll find out. As always, if you're having trouble with your mental health, dial 988. If you're a veteran, it's option 1. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's work week. Bye.